श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु। गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः। या तैषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः। शिवा शरव्या या तव तया नो रुद्रमृडया। या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी। तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः। यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे। शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसीः पुरुषं जगत्। शिरेण वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि। यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत्। अद्य वोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक्। अहीगश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः। असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः। ये क्षेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुश्रिताः सहस्रशो वैशागुं हीडयीमहे। असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः। उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः। उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः। नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीडुषे। अतो ये अस्य सत्त्वा नो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः। प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोराग्नियोज्जा। याश्च ते अस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वपा। अवतत्यदनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशतेषु दे। निशीर्य शल्यानामुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव। विज्यन्दनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उता। अनेशन्नस्येष व आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः। या ते हेतिर्मीडुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः। तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा। नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायानातताय धृष्णवे। उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने। परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः। अतो य इषुदिस्तवारे अस्मन्निदेहितम्। नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्रिशीमते पतीनां पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्तपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्दये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निर्व्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुबाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिन इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्थायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः श्रिकाविभ्यो जिगागुं सद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरभ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीशिने गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो दन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्तिष्ठद्भ्यो दावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविद्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगनाभ्यस्तृगुंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो दन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो नीडुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जगन्याय च बुद्नियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्षाय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरताय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूदिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषु धिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः कार्त्याय च नीत्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय चावत्याय च नमो वर्षाय चावश्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय चातप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः स्तेत्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय चावार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय चालाढ्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमैरिन्याय च प्रपत्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः कार्त्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्ट्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमो पगुरमानाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वक्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनुशिवा विश्वाह देशजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजितया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छंशयोश्च मनुराय जे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधी पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोकेतनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वदेर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विदेमते आराते गोग्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यदा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः स्तुहि श्रुतं गर्तसदयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निव पन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरगायोः अवस्थिरा मघवभ्यस्तनुष्वमीवस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मीडुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भवा परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निदाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरीटविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगं हेतयोन्यमस्मन्निव पन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूयाम् तेषां सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठाः शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो वृषिखासक्कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पतां पतिरक्षय ऐलभृदायव्युदः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृगावन्तो निषङ्गिनः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्तिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं भोजं भेददामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नो यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्यो मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्नेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषु सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमो बिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च
दासोऽयमिति
सत्य साई बाबाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्य स्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्य धर्म परायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई वरदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्यगुणात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुवर्धनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वज्ञाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वजनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वशक्तिमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसंगपरित्यागिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्व अंतर्यामिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महिमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महेश्वर स्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रतिग्रामोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रतिक्षेत्र निवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई यशकाय शिरडिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्योतियादिपल्ली सोमपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भरद्वाज ऋषिगोत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपन्तरात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अवतारमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वभयनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपस्तम्भसूत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अभयप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई रत्नाकर वंशोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई अभेद शक्ति अवताराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शंकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई मूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई द्वारकमाईवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई चित्रावती तटपुट्टपर्ति विहारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शरणागतत्रणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनंदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनंददाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई असहाय सहाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकबान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकरक्षपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई दीनजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मूर्तित्रयस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मुक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कलुषविदूराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई करुणाकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वाधाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वहृद्वासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुण्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वपापक्षयकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वरोगनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वबाधहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनन्तनुतकर्तृणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिशक्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपरूपशक्तिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अव्यक्तरूपिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई कामक्रोधध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ
श्री साई कनकांबरधारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपद्बान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तमंगलाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदय विहाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयलयाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तपराधीनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदीपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुज्ञानमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई गीताबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानसिद्धिदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुंदररूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुण्यपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुराणपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अतीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कालातीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धसंकल्पाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अन्नवस्त्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई संसार दुःखक्षयकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वाभीष्टप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कल्याणगुणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कर्मध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसशोभिताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वमतसम्मताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसपरिशोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधकानुग्रहवटवृक्षप्रतिष्ठपकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सकलसंशयहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सकलतत्त्वबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई योगीश्वराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई योगीन्द्रवन्दिताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वमङ्गलकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपन्निवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तिहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शान्तमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुलभप्रसन्नाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई श्री भगवान सत्य साई बाबाय नमः। शांति शांति शांति।
वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम्। वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम् सुरमुनिसेवित सुमुख गजाननम् सुरमुनिसेवित सुमुख गजाननम् वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम् विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक सिद्धिविनायक पाहि गजाननम् सिद्धिविनायक पाहि गजाननम् वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम् सुरमुनिसेवित सुमुख गजाननम् वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम् विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक सिद्धिविनायक पाहि गजाननम् सिद्धिविनायक पाहि गजाननम् वन्दे उमानन्दनं गजाननम्
प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम, बोलो राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम।
राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम।
सौराष्ट्र यीशु नानक।
सौराष्ट्र यीशु नानक।
सौराष्ट्र यीशु नानक।
यीशु नानक।
कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
मनवा कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है। प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है।
हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है।
प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है। राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम।
राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम।
सौराष्ट्र यीशु नानक।
यीशु नानक।
कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
मनवा कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
कोई भी नाम जपो रे मनवा ईश्वर प्रेम है।
ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है।
सत्य साई स्मरणं स्मरणं पति साई स्मरणं। स्मरणं शिरडी साई परती साई हमको दीजो प्रेमामृत धारा, प्रेमामृत धारा।
साई परती साई हमको दीजो प्रेमामृत धारा, प्रेमामृत धारा।
शिरडी साई परती साई हमको दीजो प्रेमामृत धारा,
शङ्करा शिव शम्भो शङ्करा
के नटवर लाल कन्हैया, राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया, राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया, राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया, गोकुल बाला गोपरी पाला, गोकुल बाला गोपरी पाला, गोकुल नटवर लाल कन्हैया नंद कुमारा रस विलोला नंद कुमारा रस विलोला मीरा के प्रभु नंदलाल कन्हैया मीरा के प्रभु नंदलाल कन्हैया राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया गोकुल बाला गोपरी भाला राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया नंद कुमारा रस विलोला के रस विलोला नंद कुमारा रस विलोला मीरा के प्रभु नंदलाल कन्हैया मीरा के प्रभु नंदलाल कन्हैया राधा के नटवर लाल कन्हैया
राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो सीता माता शोक विनाशा सीता माता शोक विनाशा अनाथ नाथा नमो नमो अनाथ नाथा नमो नमो अनाथ नाथा नमो नमो अनाथ नाथा नमो नमो मारुति राया महानुभावा मारुति राया महानुभावा अति बलवंता नमो नमो वीरांजनेया नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो सीता माता शोक विनाशा अनाथ नाथा नमो नमो मारुति राया महानुभावा मारुति राया महानुभावा अति बलवंता नमो नमो वीरांजनेया नमो नमो हे राम दूता हे राम भक्ता हे राम दासा नमो नमो चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां जय मा
महिषसंहारिणि मंगलरूपिणि जय महाकाली
महिषसंहारिणि मंगलरूपिणि जय महाकाली
महिषसंहारिणि मंगलरूपिणि जय महाकाली
चंडी चामुंडी जय मंगल गौरी
चामुंडी जय मंगलगौरी
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनि जय जय ललिते
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनि जय जय ललिते
जगदोधारिणि जय भवदारिणि जय जय देवी मां
जगदोधारिणि जय भवतारिणि जय जय देवी
जगदोधारिणि जय भवदारिणि जय जय देवी मां
जगदोधारिणि जय भवतारिणि जय जय देवी
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे मां जय मां
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे मां
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे
चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां
चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी
महिषसंहारिणि मंगलरूपिणि जय महाकाली मां जय मां
महिषसंहारिणि मंगलरूपिणि जय महाकाली
चंडी चामुंडी जय मंगल गौरी मां
चामुंडी जय मंगलगौरी
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां
भवभयहारिणि पशुपति मोहिनि जय जय ललिते
जगदोधारिणि जय भवदारिणि जय जय देवी मां
जगदोधारिणि जय भवतारिणि जय जय देवी
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे मां जय मां
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे मां
त्रिशूलधारिणि त्रिनेत्रधारिणि जय जय दुर्गे
चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां
కనుకని ఇట్టి మానవులను ఉద్ధరించే నిమిత్తమై భగవంతుడు కూడాను మానవాకారమును ధరించి దైవం మానుష రూపేణ అన్ని అవతారములందు కూడాను మనుష్య ఆకారమును ధరించి మనుష్యును చక్కదిద్దే నిమిత్తమై తాను ఒక అవతారముగా వచ్చాడు.
So God also, when He comes down the form of an avatar, takes the form of man, so that He could uplift mankind as a whole. So it has been said that God also descends in the form of a human being.
అవతరించటమనగా దిగి రావటము అని ఒక అర్థం.
The meaning of the word avatar or coming down is descent or coming down.
దిగి రావటం అంటే తాను ఎక్కడో పైన ఉండి క్రిందికి దిగటం కాదు.
Now coming down does not mean He is far above and He is coming down to some lower level.
తాను ఉన్నత స్థాయి అందు ఉండినటువంటి వాడు మానవుల స్థాయికి రావటమే దిగి రావటం.
What it means is He is far above the understanding of man. He comes down to the level of perception of man.
కనుక మానవులను ఉద్ధరించాలంటే మానవ స్థాయికి దిగజారి వచ్చినప్పుడే మానవులను ఉద్ధరించడానికి వీలవుతుంది.
So, if mankind has to be uplifted, then God has to come down to the level of man and take them.
చంటి బిడ్డ కింద ఉంటుంటాడు.
A small child is down below.
తల్లి చక్కగా నిల్చుకొని ఉంటుంటాడు పెద్ద మనిషి.
And the mother, quite tall, she's standing by the side of the child.
ఏ బిడ్డ, నేను పెద్దదానిని, నీ కోసం వంగి నిన్ను ఎత్తుకోవటానికి నాకు అవమానం అవుతుంది, నేను వంగను, నువ్వు ఎగురు అంటే బిడ్డ ఎగరలేదు, తాను వంగలేదు. ఇంకా బిడ్డ చేతికి చిక్కేది ఎట్లా?
Supposing the mother were to say, look here child, I'm far above you, my status is something beyond you, so I do not like to stoop down and pick you up, you better jump and come into my grasp. How is it possible?
శక్తి రహితమైనటువంటి యొక్క బిడ్డను శక్తివంతమైనటువంటి తల్లి తన చంకను ఎత్తుకోవాలనుకున్నప్పుడు తల్లి వంగుతుంది. వంగినప్పుడు తన యొక్క స్థాయి నుంచి తాను దిగటం, దీనిని దిగటము అన్నారు, దీనిని అవతరణ అన్నారు.
Here is the child having no capacity to rise. Here is the mother having the capacity to come down. If the mother were to stoop down, bend down and pick the child, this is what means coming down, not a lowering of one's status.
అదే విధంగానే దైవత్వము పరమ పవిత్రమైన దివ్యత్వంగా ఉండినప్పటికీ ఈ మానవత్వము అల్ప గుణముల చేత, అల్ప వాంఛల చేత అల్పత్వంగా ఉండినప్పటికీ వారిని ఉద్ధరించే నిమిత్తమై తల్లి స్వరూపిణి అయినటువంటి దివ్యత్వము కొంత వారి స్థాయికి దిగుతుంది.
In the same manner, when God decides to come down and take mankind forward, He is over there at a high pedestal, far beyond one's perception. So He comes down to the level of man so that He could pull this humankind upwards.
ఈ స్థాయికి దిగవచ్చినప్పుడు వారిని ఏ విధమైన మార్గములో తన స్థాయికి రాబట్టుకోవాలి అనేటువంటి విధి విధానాన్ని కూడా బోధించడానికి పూనుకుంటుంది.
And having come down, the avatar also takes it upon itself or himself to try and teach in such ways that could be understood and received well.
ఈ విధంగా బోధించినవే రామచరితామృతము, భగవద్గీత ఇలాంటి మహా పవిత్రమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రవక్తుల యొక్క పుస్తకములు, ఒక నుడువులు.
And such teachings that are contained as given by God when He comes down as an avatar to man are contained in such sacred scriptures and texts as the Ramacharitamrita or the Bhagavad Gita and such other texts.
దీనిని మనం ఆధారం చేసుకొని దివ్యత్వమైనటువంటి యొక్క దైవ సన్నిధికి ఇది ఒక ప్రయాణం కలిపేటువంటి మార్గము.
So we must keep this as an aid and assistance to turn Godward and reach Him.
ఈ గ్రంథములు మాత్రమే మనల్ని ఉద్ధరించడానికి పూనుకో.
Now the texts by themselves cannot be the solution for
ఈ
us.
గ్రంథములంతా కూడా కేవలము ఒక గైడ్ పోస్ట్ వంటివి.
These scriptures or texts are like the guideposts.
ఈ విధమైన మార్గానికి పోతే బెంగళూరు చేరవచ్చును, ఈ విధమైన మార్గానికి పోతే మెడ్రాస్ చేరవచ్చును, ఈ విధమైన మార్గానికి పోతే పెనుగొండ చేరవచ్చును అని గైడ్ పోస్ట్ చూపుతుంది, కానీ అది అందరినీ నడిపించుకుని తీసుకెళ్ళదు.
These posts merely tell you, if you go this way, you will reach Bangalore, this way Madras, this reach Penukonda. They are merely there to show you the direction and the way.
అదే విధంగా మన గ్రంథములంతా కూడాను ఈ విధమైన సాధనలు కలిపినప్పుడు మీకు సాక్షాత్కారము, ఈ విధమైన సాధనలు కలిపినప్పుడు పాప పరిహారము, ఈ విధమైన సాధనలు కలిపినప్పుడు మానసిక శాంతి ఇది జరుగుతుంది అని బోధిస్తూ వచ్చాయి. కానీ అనుసరించవలసినటువంటి వారు వ్యక్తులు.
In the same manner, these texts contain the formula for your liberation, or for freeing yourself from sin, or for securing mental peace. But the actual carrying out of it is with man.
సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ, సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ, సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ, సత్యం జ్ఞానం అనంతం బ్రహ్మ, సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ.
I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami, respected elders, brothers, sisters, and children. Jai Sai Ram. We are blessed this morning on Sai Avatar Declaration Day to have Giridhar uncle, who is an alumni of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, where he obtained his MBA. He will be sharing his journey with Sai.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble and loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swami. And I pray to Swami to please speak through me. I did put together a few slides, but that was hurriedly done last night, late last night. So I'm not sure if I will exactly go by those slides. I'm just reminded of an instruction or something that Swami said. One of the times when I had the blessing to speak. After that, Swami called me for an interview, and he said, "Why do you get so nervous when you have to speak?" He says, "I know last night you were rolling in your bed and thinking about what you have to speak. And even this morning when you were in the shower, you were thinking about what you have to be speaking." He says, "Look at me. When I have to speak, I stand up, look at the audience, and I start speaking." He said, "You should do that." So he gave a beautiful instruction of how to stand in front of the people. What he did not tell me at that time was how, after I stand there, I look at the people and then start speaking from where, what. Like today we have the cloud, right? You download things from the cloud. So in the cloud, there is Bhagwan and all that divine knowledge. It has to get downloaded for it to get transmitted. The technology for that, he did not tell me at that time. What I gathered and figured out over the years is basically that once we are connected to him within us, then he will speak through us. Because then he also did make the statement, "Speak from your heart." And that's where he resides, he said, right? So that is the attempt, and that is the prayer. So which is why I don't generally prepare for the talks. It's not a sign of either arrogance or overconfidence. It's just allowing Swami to speak through me. I was thinking about what to talk about on this auspicious day of the Avatar Declaration Day. It's a huge blessing for all of us that we know of Swami. Some of us have had the privilege and the opportunity to see Swami physically in Puttaparthi, and some of us are continuing to experience Swami in his spiritual, in his cosmic, in his omnipresent and omnipotent form. There's no difference between the two. Swami once explained, he said, "Do you know why you people are here?" He said, "It's because the senior doctor spends the maximum time with the most difficult patient, the patient who needs the maximum amount of time and attention. So it's probably the fact that people like me needed a lot of that time and attention directly from the avatar. No other junior doctor or no other doctor would have done. I was also thinking about, if you could go to that picture, the first of the two pictures. So there will be a bit of back and forth. Like I said, I have not planned this one. This is the veranda in Puttaparthi where we used to sit as students. And this is pre-Sai Kulwant Hall time. I don't know how many of you here have seen Puttaparthi, have been to Puttaparthi before the Kulwant Hall came up. Let me see the hands. Oh, quite a good number. But interestingly, no one from the ladies' side sitting here has put their hands up, and very few from here. No, I said sitting here. Yeah? I'm not talking about, I shouldn't say too much now. So this is the pre-Kulwant Hall days where the students used to sit here so there were like 3 levels of that veranda. The upper level was where we used to call them VIPs. The elders, Swami has also clarified that no one is a VIP for him, everyone is equal. If I remember that incident, I will talk about it. But in the middle level, which had the maximum seating area, we used to sit there. And then below that again were the students. So we were sitting, and it used to happen that every now and then, Swami would, quote unquote, not be happy with the boys. We used to call it Swami is angry with us. He later clarified once, he got very upset with our use of that term angry. He said, do you know what will happen to you if I really get angry? You will all get burnt to ash in less than a second. It takes even less than that much time for you to get burnt into an ash if I really get angry. He says, I'm not angry with you. This is just a treatment for you. He said, for you to improve. So one of those days, Swami was not talking to us. And for good or bad, I was in MBA, and most of the time it used to be the MBA boys who were the cause for Swami to be not happy. And when Swami was not happy with the MBA boys, he would not speak with any of the boys, with all of them. So you can imagine the plight of those MBA boys at that time. Not only was Swami not talking to you, so you're feeling bad about that, but the rest of the hostel is looking at you as the villain and saying, because of you, we are not getting a blessing on our birthday. We are not able to give a letter to Swami. And those days, you see that, those pillars, this is the, I think this is probably the ladies' side interview, the interview room window. So Swami used to literally be scraping against that wall and go away. So he used to keep as much distance from us as physically possible. So we used to come up with a strategy. After this goes on for a few days, we would come up with a strategy. We would say, we have to plead with Swami, this has to end. So Swami comes out of his room, and as soon as he comes out, we all decide to move forward, to run forward, surround Swami, and plead with Swami. That's all we can do. Plead with him. Sorry, Swami, we made a mistake. Please forgive us. And Swami would, and then say, and this played out a few times in the time that I was there. So one of those times, Swami would once say, no, you made no mistake. You are all very, very good boys. You made no mistake. The mistake is mine. I have had expectations on you. Now you imagine that is worse. That is worse than saying, yes, you made a mistake. This is the mistake you did. So we would be like cringing, Swami, and then you would run out of what to say. It would then come down to saying, Swami, please forgive us, Swami. Please forgive us, Swami. After some time, Swami would still not be moved. We would just keep saying, please, Swami, please, Swami. That went on. And suddenly now in this, you can imagine that side. It's that entire veranda is full of maybe about 200, 300 people. The people at the back have no idea what is being said in the front. We made a mistake. All these things are only being said by the people in the front. So the moment that please Swami comes, everyone joins in. Because they are able to hear that, they know it, everyone joins in. Please Swami. So in a loud voice, in unison, everyone is now saying, please Swami, please Swami. Swami one day, he stopped us and said, yes, please Swami. And he asked to make space and walked away. Now we were wondering what just happened. But when you think about it, what we were saying is, please, comma, Swami. Swami just removed that comma and he said, please Swami. So if you please Swami, he will talk to you. Such a simple play of words. Such a simple play. So my first takeaway from today, okay, because we all need a few takeaways for us to remember what to remember later. So my first takeaway is always please Swami. One of the names in the Ashtotram that we just did today was Sulabha Prasannaya Namaha, which means he can easily be pleased. Right? Let me give you an example. This was shared by Sonam sir. Many of you know Sonam, the Bhajan singer. So he was narrating this experience of his. One of those days during the Bhajans, Swami was outside in the veranda, like in that picture you saw, talking to the boys. He was just standing with the boys. The Bhajans were going on. Sonam was singing the Bhajan. And he said, when the Bhajan was going on, suddenly Swami rushed into the Bhajan hall and gave him a stare. We don't know what was the thing, but he just gave him a stare and then came back outside and then went back in sometime after that Bhajan finished. I think a day or two later, Swami spoke to him and he said to him, you remember that Bhajan you sang? And Swami said, you sang it in this way. He asked him to sing and he said, there was one note. You should have hit that note. You did not, and it was not good. I don't want to go into the technicalities, primarily because I don't remember that. But it doesn't matter. That's besides the point. The point here is, that is the level of perfection that Swami looks for. I'll give you another incident. I think it was in 1997. There was a Unity Cup. There was a cricket match in Puttaparthi when Sachin Tendulkar was there, and there was a India versus rest of the world cricket match. The rest of the world team was led by, I think it was Arjuna Ranatunga, who was the Sri Lankan, I think he was the Sri Lankan captain at that time, so he was the captain of the rest of the world team. Swami had come to inspect that Hillview Stadium was transformed at that time. The way we currently see it was done at that time. And there was a map. So Swami was standing on the Shanti Vedika, which is on the stage. And about probably 100 meters or maybe 50, 70 meters distance, behind the seating on the ladies' side, if you have seen the Hillview Stadium, if you are able to visualize it, on a distance of about maybe 60 meters, so we are talking about maybe 200 feet, 300 feet, somewhere that kind of distance, there was a world map put on like a canvas sort of thing, a world map, in which that entire canvas would probably be in width, may have been about 15 feet by about maybe 7, 8 feet or 10 feet, something like that. That size, there was a world map. So you can imagine the size of each country in that map. Not very large, quite tiny. In that map, they had missed out Sri Lanka. You know, the map of Sri Lanka, which is underneath, below the India map, it should be, they missed it out. Swami looked at it from the Shanti Vedika. He looked at that one and said, you see that the map of Sri Lanka is missing. There are a lot of players from the Sri Lankan team coming. They will feel offended if their country is not on that map. That's another example of Swami's level of perfection in everything he does. There was another, I'll tell you another incident. The hospital construction, the Puttaparthi Super Speciality Hospital construction was happening. The students used to go there whenever possible and help out. One of those days, Swami came for a very unannounced, he used to do that a lot of times, but there was certain predictability in the sense that Swami would come usually after the bhajans finished. One day in the afternoon, before the darshan, Swami decided to come there. There were very few students there. There were the workers, there were very few of the students there. I was one of those few who were there at that time. So when Swami was coming, we noticed there was a little puddle of water. So we said, we will put a few bricks for Swami to walk on. So I put that and I was standing on the other side to give a hand to Swami. So Swami would hold my hand and then come across this one, putting his foot on one of those bricks. Swami gave his hand and then he took his hand away and he said, remove that brick from there. He pointed to one of the two bricks that were there. He said, remove that one. The moment I touched that, I saw it actually crumbled. Even in my hand, it crumbled. So that would have actually been bad. He is okay. The kind of person he is, he absolutely doesn't have a problem with his robe getting wet and any of that. But you imagine, I'm on the other side, how miserable I would have felt if something had happened at that time and what others would have said about me, right? Swami was actually protecting me at that time. But I can go on giving you instances of the perfection and how he looks at everything in minute detail, absolute minute detail. Some of the programs, planning, when Swami goes through, it's perfection personified he is. How then do you please a person like that? How do you please someone with our impurities and imperfections? How do we please someone who is a personification and embodiment of anything you take? Swami once said to us, I give you chances to speak, I give you people chances to sing. I spend so much time with you. He said, if I want, I can get the best speakers to come and speak here. I can get the best singers on planet Earth to come and sing here. Everyone, there are people who are more in terms of devotion than all of you. Why am I spending time with all of you? That's a mystery. Why he chose to spend that kind of time is a complete mystery. But all I know is that we have been beneficiaries and recipients of that time and his grace and love. The question remains, how do we please Swami? I thought about based on some of the things that Swami said. If you go to the next slide. How many of you find that interesting? Do MBA or join the CIA? Anyone finds that interesting or anyone thinks that this is not possible for me? Okay, let's see. How many of you think it's not possible for you? Let's see, any hands not possible for you? The other things it's possible or you just are too shy to put your hands up? Okay, let's try it one more time. How many of you think either of those are not really options and possibilities for you? Let's see more hands going up if you can. Okay, slightly better. Do you know what is MBA? Any guesses? What do we mean here? What is MBA? Very good. MBA is Master of Business Administration. What is MBA? Swami has given us another definition. And he said, mind on Baba always. Possible? That MBA is possible? Right? Mind on Baba always. Okay, that's easy. Now, what is this CIA business? The only CIA we all know, thanks to all the movies we binge watch, is not a very nice CIA. But this is a very good CIA. Any guesses what could this CIA be? Perfect. So we know the theory, now we just have to put it in practice. CIA is constant integrated awareness. What is the awareness? What should we be aware of? My simple advice to the youngsters especially and to everyone is the CIA, the constant awareness, integrated and awareness. There are three very interesting words there: constant, integrated and awareness. Awareness of Swami's omnipresence, awareness of Swami's omnipotence and Swami's omniscience. We all say Swami is omnipresent. We all believe that Swami is everywhere. How many of us believe that Swami is right here with us now? How many of us believe that Swami was sitting here with us through the bhajans? Excellent. So many people. I'm very happy to see this. Okay, in the front, how many of you believe Swami was sitting here when you were singing your bhajans? You believe? Excellent. How many of you are able to keep your mind on Swami throughout the bhajans, not just when you're singing, not just when you're lead singing? Daria, did you? I know all the names, okay? You better answer. See, this is the problem of having your own insider speak. Were you thinking of Swami all the time? Okay, Daria says yes. I'm very impressed. Swami says it is important we focus our minds on him at all times. So one of the students, after he was working in Delhi, when he had come to Parthi, he said, Swami, it is being very difficult. I don't find time to do any Swami's work in Delhi because I'm very busy with my work and then my family. Whatever responsibilities. Swami said, no problem. Don't worry at all. And then afterwards, after some time, Swami said, one of our lecturers, the teachers was there. He said, what kind of employees, what kind of different employees do you have in companies, in corporates? So he was put on the spot. So he just said, Swami, part-time employees and full-time employees. So he said, what is the difference? And Swami has this knack of asking questions in a way that makes you feel very important, that makes you feel that you are the one who knows these things. And he doesn't know any of these terms at all. So he said, what is part-time, full-time? What is all this? He said, Swami, part-time means they are people who work for a specific number of days. They only get paid when they work. They don't get paid when they don't work. So it is like we call contract contract workers in software and other things, right? And then he said, so Swami said, so why do they do that? What are the benefits for them? So this lecturer said, Swami, nothing, they'll get paid if they work for a day, they'll get paid for that day. They don't get any other benefits. There are no other privileges and perks that they will get. But full-time employees, Swami, they don't get these kind of daily wages. They get a salary for the entire month. So regardless of whether they work or they don't work, they get paid the salary. And Swami said, that is very nice. And then this man now got excited. He thought, he's able to tell Swami something that he doesn't know. So he went on, he said, Swami, there are some more privileges and benefits. Swami said, oh yeah, what is it? I mean, you should see the way Swami makes that face and expression as if he does not know what you are talking about and he's learning something. That is the expression he puts. He said, what is it? Swami, they also get insurance benefit. They get, in India, it's called a dearness allowance. It's an inflation-linked adjustment to your pay. So there is a certain base salary that does not change, but there is a dearness allowance which is linked to the inflation. So he said, Swami, you get dearness allowance. Oh, okay, what else? Then he said, Swami, one more, they also get pension benefits for full-time employees. What is pension? He said, Swami, after they retire, they will still keep getting the salary, what they were earning, so that they can live a comfortable life. Swami then said, see, I also have part-time and full-time. I have part-time devotees and full-time devotees. He said, so who is part-time devotee? He said, someone who only thinks of God when there is a need, there is a difficulty. At that time you think about God. Who is a full-time devotee? He says, you are constant integrated awareness. You have your mind on Baba always. That is a full-time devotee. So, but Swami, we are having work, we go to work, we do various things in a day, we are not living in a forest, we are not sannyasis, we have not given up everything in this world. So how do we do that? We can't stop everything else and only keep thinking about God. No, he felt a bit uncomfortable saying, Swami, we can't keep thinking about you all the time. We have other things to do. So Swami said, no, you do whatever you are doing. If you are going to work and doing some work there, you think you're doing this for Swami. If you are cooking food, you cook not for your family, you cook for Swami. If you are going and doing a seva, don't do seva for that person or for, whatever that reason. You do it for Swami. Everything, you make it for Swami. If you do it that way, then that is what we say work is worship. That is when everything becomes dedicated to Swami. That is when we are following and practicing that constant integrated awareness. What is integrated? Integrated with everything that you're doing. Awareness is remembering at all times Swami is with you. Swami also went to the extent of saying, no act is good or bad. Now, this is a very dangerous statement, but a very important statement we need to understand. No act is good or bad. The doctor cuts open a patient. Cutting open someone is bad, right? But since I told you it's a doctor and I said patient, you will say that is okay. But if I just say A, cut B, you will say that's so cruel. Right? So the act of cutting becomes good if it is a doctor doing it for saving that patient. It becomes bad if it is done out of vengeance. Similarly, doing bhajans, Swami went to the extent of saying this, and all the bhajan singers, please listen. doing bhajans is not necessarily a good thing. If that bhajan singing is done with even a tinge of arrogance, with the feeling that I am a good singer, then he said that is like putting poison in a glass of milk. I told you that day when that interview when Swami said to me, don't get nervous, the topic that I spoke about that day was Sakshatkara. Sakshatkara is what is your true self, what is your true nature. I must have spoken for about 10 minutes. Swami spoke on that Sakshatkara for the next 1 hour, going into the depth of what is Sakshatkara, how do you get Sakshatkara, what are the challenges in that. One of the things he mentioned in that is, he said, the purity of mind is very important. Because if your mind is not pure, it is like boiling milk in a dirty vessel. He said that milk, it will break. Right? You can put any amount of sadhana, which is like pure the milk, in a dirty mind. It is of no use. So purification of the mind is very important. How do you purify that mind? By engaging in things like bhajans. However, the effect of bhajans will be lost and gone if that mind is not pure. How do you break this conundrum? Right? So the only way is throughout the bhajans, at all times, we have to keep remembering that we are sitting in front of Swami. There is an individual Swami, there is a personal Swami for each one of us. Regardless of where we are seated, there is a personal Swami. We can sit in front of that Swami. Nothing stops us from imagining. We imagine so many things anyway. Nothing stops us from imagining we are sitting in front of Swami and holding his feet and singing that bhajan. Whether you are seated on a chair or down, front row, last row, it does not matter. We can always do that. That is what will purify our act of doing the bhajans. We go and give food to someone on the strand seva that we do. If we do it with an attitude, if we give food to someone with an attitude that, oh, this is only 3 pounds, I can afford it, I earn much more than this, no problem, then that's not a good act of seva. If we give even 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds or whatever be the amount, with that feeling of, I can do this is easy for me, then that becomes not a very pure act. Even in that, Swami still finds a way of blessing us and rewarding us. But for us to get the benefit of that particular activity, we need to do more of this. We need to purify our minds, and the only way we can do that is to hold on to his feet. So coming back, Swami said, if you are able to do this in your place, wherever you are, think of Swami at all times and offer everything to Swami. He says that becomes an act. The entire day has then been spent in the thought of Swami. And then at the end of it, Swami has also given us another remedy. At the end of the day, after going through whatever we have done, if we do a prayer at the end of the day, just before we sleep, where we offer everything we have done to Swami, that is also a good thing to do. Because there are things, we say, like, the night prayer we used to do in the hostel, it goes, Karacharana kritam va, kayajam karmajam va, Shravana nayanajam va, manasam va paradham, vihitam avihitam va. Things that I should have done, the acts of omission and commission. The things that I have done either in thought, word or deed. The things that I did knowingly, unknowingly. Things that I did should have done and should not have done. All of those, please forgive. All of those I offer to you. You don't need the Sanskrit. In just plain, simple English or in whatever language you know, You just sit there and think for a minute and offer everything to Swami. That account will then be closed for that particular day. Because the problem with spiritual accounting is whatever good we do, whatever bad we do, we have to bear the consequences of those. Why do bad things happen to good people is a question that a lot of people ask. There are some people who say this world is such a brutal thing. But it is the same world in which people like Ramakrishna Paramhamsa lived and Ramana Maharshi lived. They did not have a problem with this world. So if it is the world that is the problem, then why did they not have a problem and why are we having a problem? The problem is not the world. The problem is our mind. So if the mind is directed towards the world, then you have these problems. They detached themselves. That was another thing that Swami told me that day. He says, you practice, you love. He talked about my parents. He said, you love your parents, but don't be attached to them. That is such a hard thing to do, right? To be loving towards your parents, but not be attached to them. I experienced that. I kept remembering that. I don't know why. That was an advice given. That was what Swami told me back in, I think, 1991. I kept remembering that all the time. And in 2020, when my mother passed away, I just kept reminding myself of that. And I just did not cry at all. I just kept thinking that it is Swami, that death is nothing but a dress, as Swami says. So don't feel bad. Now I'm wearing these, go home, I change these clothes. Don't worry about them. That is just how I felt at that time. I just kept telling myself that. But it's not easy. It is not just the parents. The reason why I think Swami said to me about parents was twofold. One, at that time I was not married. I didn't have anyone else to get attached to. The only people I could get attached to were parents. But also, parents are the most difficult people to detach from. Of course, the next most difficult one is your spouse. It's very difficult to detach from. But these are the very difficult ones. So the moment he tells you that is what you need to detach from, then by extension, everything else in this world you need to not be attached to. I have no sense of time, so please do a dance when you have 10 minutes more. Okay. What else did I have here? Sorry. Anything? Okay, forget this. I just wanted to briefly touch on, Swami's letter of 1947. Okay, I won't go through the whole detail of that letter. There is, how many of you know about this letter that Swami wrote in 1947 to his older brother, Seshama Raju Garu? Swami wrote a letter in which he addressed, this is like a landmark letter. I would really request everyone to read this letter. Google it. Google Sathya Sai Baba letter to brother 1947, whatever you do, but you will get this one. You will get this letter. It's a letter worth reading. That was a letter written by a 20-year-old. And the kind of wisdom he talks about in that, he says, I have a vow, which is to bring happiness to all mankind. See, the important thing here in this one is Swami does not say, I will bring happiness to those who follow me. He does not say my devotees. He never mentions devotees in that one. He does, but in a different context. He says he will protect those people. He'll protect everyone. He says, it is part of my mission to bring back on the path those who have strayed away from that path. In some ways, I'm taking a bit of liberty here, I'm extrapolating, but all of us are people who have strayed away from that path. What is the path? That path is Sakshatkara. What is Sakshatkara? Knowing what your true self is. So, understanding our true self is the only purpose of life. The purpose of life is not, don't get me wrong, the purpose of life is not to come for Sunday bhajans, is not to go out and work either as a doctor or a teacher or a banker or a lawyer or anything at all. None of these. Our purpose in life is not to get married, have children, build big houses, have big cars. This is not the purpose of our life. What is the purpose of our life? Sakshatkara. Remember that. That Sakshatkara is where we find out and understand what our true self and nature is. That is the only purpose of our life. That is what Swami says, start early, drive slowly and reach safely. That is what. It is not about, I need to go for the bhajans, I have to start early and drive slowly. That is not what it means. That also, but the primary purpose is something different. So he talks about that in this. And then he says, I have a definition for a devotee. We all call ourselves devotees. Swami has a definition of who is a devotee. And Swami says, a person who does not get elated when he is praised, and a person who does not get depressed when he is criticized. Or put it differently, a person who does not get excited when he has success in life, and a person who does not get depressed when negative things happen in his life, that is my devotee. So it is for all of this that we are doing, in terms of whether we are doing the Vedam chanting or we are doing the bhajans or the seva activities, we do the Balvikas. The purpose of all of this is to become that devotee, is to purify our mind and attach ourselves to Swami all the time, mind on Baba always, so that we are able to reach that goal. I just want to spend a few minutes now on talking about the Vedam chanting that we do here. And by the way, this is all part of the brief that has been given to me by the boss, okay? So don't think that I'm just saying things on my own. So why do we do this Vedam chanting? And we are doing specifically the Rudram. Why are we doing the Rudram? What is the significance of this? Why did Swami make everybody chant Rudram every single day, morning and evening, in Puttaparthi, and then he's also asked everyone to chant? You know, before Swami gave this free permission to everyone to learn, there used to be a thing that only men can learn the Vedas and be chanting the Vedas. But Swami, he removed that myth. So many foreigners learn, everyone is learning. Why? Because, I did a bit of digging and research into what is this thing about, because Swami doesn't say anything without a deeper meaning. So I did a little bit of research into this and found out this Rudram has been, out of the 4 Vedas that there are, this Rudram is the one that is most extensively found in all of the Vedas. And within a Veda also, in different sections and different parts of the Veda, this Rudram is found. That is why another name for the Rudram is the Shata Rudriyam. It comes in hundreds of places. More than 100 places in the Vedas, there is a reference to the Rudram. That is one significance. The second one is, they say Rudram is the ultimate in terms of the Vedic mantras or chanting. And this is mentioned and referenced in several Upanishads, that Rudram is the most powerful one. It is not me saying, it is in the Upanishads. The third thing is the meaning of that word Rudram itself, Rudra itself, is a very beautiful one. I'll just give you, so there are 2 parts to the Rudram that we do, the Namakam and the Chamakam. The Namakam is one where there is a lot of Namaha. You would have heard today, right? The Namaha, Namaha, Namaha comes a lot of times. Somebody counted, apparently it comes 183 times. What is the significance? See, the first line, Namaste Rudra Manyava Utota Ishave Namaha, right? Namaste is the first word. Why are we starting with Namaste? Namaste, how we do it, we put our hands together and do this. And normally the way we do it is, they say in yoga, they make you put put the hands here, clasped hands here, right? Because this is where the spiritual heart is. The physical heart is here, the spiritual heart is here. They make you put the hands at this place. And so when you're joining these two hands, it is the 5 karmendriyas, the 5 physical sense organs, joining with the 5 jnanendriyas, the drivers behind them. Those are the jnanendriyas. You join the 10 of them to become one. That makes it 11. And you're bringing that closer to your spiritual heart, which is where your Atma resides. So you're coming close to this yourself here. But also very importantly, when you do the Namaste properly, that is an act of surrender. It is an act of offering yourself. So when you do a Namaste to another human being, don't think you're surrendering to that person. You're surrendering to the God in that person. You are seeing God in that person and surrendering to that God. And you are yourself God. So that is the enormous, significant meaning of that simple word Namaste. And then it goes Rudra, Manyava. Manyava means is the fierce, the wrath, the fierce form of that Shiva is called the Rudra. Swami explained this once, and when he said, what is the difference between anger and this form of, this thing is called the Raudram, this fierce form is called Raudram. Swami asked, what is the difference between anger and Raudram? The difference is anger is something you get when your ego is hurt. Raudram is what you get when the anger that you get when dharma is violated. So when you do anything, when any of us commit an act which is against the dharma, it basically means that God gets angry. That is the Raudram. That is the Manyava part of it. So you're starting by saying, you are starting by falling at the feet of Rudra, of Shiva, and saying, Namaste, I offer myself to that fierce form, Rudra Manyava, Utota Ishave Namaha. Now this Ishave Namaha is basically, Ishave is an arrow. So Shiva is depicted here as someone who is carrying a bow and arrow. Now we have seen Rama carrying a bow and arrow. We have never seen Shiva carrying a bow and arrow. So what is the significance of this Shiva having a bow and arrow? The bow is representative of the nature of the world, the Prakriti. The arrow is the karma effect that we have. So we suffer consequences of bad acts. So it is like you think of 2 types of arrows. There is a hard metallic arrow and there is a soft flower arrow. When the soft flowery arrow hits you, it's very nice. So that is when good things are happening to you. The hard metallic arrow hits you, you will say, ouch, right? That is the bad karma consequence. The arrow, the bow is the same. It is the nature, the world, the Prakriti is what is the medium through which God is throwing these arrows at you. Correct? Makes logical sense? Are you all with me or are you bored? It's not going to make a lot of difference. I'll still carry on. No, I'm just joking. Are you bored? Seriously? No? Okay. Kubashi, they're not bored, yeah? So I'm continuing. So the medium of delivering these karma consequences is this world. That is why we are born into this world. To enjoy the consequences, good or bad. We have to enjoy both. If I have to give someone 20 pounds and that same person has to give me 10 pounds, I will net it off and give him only 10 pounds. This is normal accounting. But in spirituality, if I have 20 units of good karma and 10 units of bad karma, I have to enjoy the benefit or consequence of those 20 and this 10 separately. There is no netting off in spirituality. We have to remember this because what it means, that is why we go through, on a normally good day, we suddenly get a parking ticket or something happens, someone says something to us. That's a bad thing for us. But Swami has also given us the ability to say, okay, this parking ticket is 60 pounds, I can pay it. I've got 6,000 pounds in my bank account. No problem. He's made it easy for us. But there could be someone else who has only 100 pounds in the bank account, and if that person gets a 60-pound parking ticket, how painful will that be for him? Right? So this is how Swami makes it easy. He can delay the onset of that negative karma to us to a time when it is easily manageable. These are all the things he does. Mahati asked me a question the other day. He said, if we have to bear the consequences of everything, then what is the role of God? Right? This is the role of God. So coming back, Rudra Manyava Utota Isha. So you are praying to this Rudra and saying, please make these arrows as flower arrows, as positive and conducive for me. Namaste astu dhanvane bahubhyam utate nama. So you are saying, not I pray, I am worshipping you, I am worshipping the arrow, I am worshipping the bow that is going to release that arrow, I am also worshipping the hand that is being used to release the arrow. Now, do you see the significance of this is, I am not just going to the immediate cause, I am going to the cause of the cause, and going to the cause of the cause of the cause. I am going to the ultimate root cause of everything. That is where I am going. In that one line, there is so much of significance. And you see the significance of that namaha. Every time, if you don't know to chant the Rudram, not a problem. Every time this is being chanted here, when that namaha comes, keep focused on Swami. And every time that namaha comes, think of yourself as prostrating in front of Swami. We go to a temple, we do one namaskar. This is like in a space of 20 minutes, you have gone to the temple 183 times. Or you have gone to 183 temples in that space of 20 minutes. That is the enormous significance of that Rudram we are chanting. It's hugely powerful. There is so much more. So there are 11 anuvakas or paragraphs. The first anuvaka is worshipping, is propitiating the Lord. The Lord becomes soft. And then from the second to the ninth one, you can see the texture, the way the paragraphs are laid out is different. In the second to the ninth one, you are worshipping the omnipresence. You are remembering the omnipresence. How are you remembering? You are remembering that in a robber, in a thief, he is there. On the hills, he is the one. In the valleys, he is the one. On the water, in the deserts, every part of this creation. Because this creation is nothing but nature or mother, Prakriti. The divine Shakti aspect of the Lord is this nature. That is what you are worshipping in this one, in that second to ninth one. And then come the 10th Anuvaka, you are now putting forth your prayer to Swami. And that prayer, there are several things again, but you are praying for the spiritual upliftment, your spiritual progress and welfare in this one. And then in the 11th one, there are supposed to be these several different Rudras. We have gods for everything, right? So similarly, those are the Rudra. So in that 11th Anuvaka, you are praying to those Rudras. So that is how this whole 11 Anuvakas of the Rudram are laid out. This is just to give you a little glimpse of the enormous significance of that Rudram and how that can then be used to please Swami. That is where the circle gets completed. We are using this Rudram as a medium to please Swami. We are using the bhajans as a medium to please Swami. We are doing our every part of our life every day to please Swami. That should just be our objective, because if we please him, then he can deliver us. He can give us grace marks and he can just lift us up. That is why we have to please Swami. And he is very easy to please. I'll finish with this. Promise. He is very easy to please, because what happens when we listen to one singer, the same bhajan has been sung by someone else, we say, you see, that person sang this bhajan better. We listen to one speaker and say, we compare with another speaker and say, see, that speaker spoke very well. This guy, this Giridhar, he took so long and he bored us. We compare, right? Swami does not compare. He doesn't compare one singer and another. He gives everyone the time and opportunity as if you are the only person in this world that matter to him. That is the attitude with which Swami has always given us opportunities. Go back and think about it. He did not give us opportunities and chances because we are very good singers or speakers or devotees. He did not compare us. The moment you don't compare, what you have is the best in its own right. Right? Correct? That is how you please Swami. That is how he is a Sulabha Prasannaya Namaha. Let me stop here because otherwise she will send people to physically drag me out of here. But it has been a great blessing for me to relive some of those moments, some of the messages that I got from Swami. And I hope and pray, I pray that Swami holds each one of our hands and guides us unto him. Jai Sai Ram.
Asato ma
Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Narayana Tu Purushottama Guru Tu Siddha Buddha Tu Skanda Vinayaka Savita Pavaka Tu Savita Pavaka Tu Brahma Marja Tu Yava Shakti Tu Ishu Pita Prabhu Tu Rudra Vishnu Tu Rama Krishna Tu Rahimata O Tu Rahimata O Tu Vasudeva Go Vishwarupa Tu Chidananda Hari Tu Advitiya Tu Akala Nirbhaya Atmalinga Shiva Tu Atmalinga Shiva Tu Sai Atmalinga Shiva Tu Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Sathya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka Prem Eashwar Om Jai Jagadish Hare Shashi Vadana Shri Kara Sarva Pranapate Swami Sarva Pranapate Ashrita Kalpalatika Ashrita Kalpalatika Abadvandava Om Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita Guru Devamu Mariyantayu Neeve Swami Mariyantayu Neeve Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nagendra Shayana Om Jai Jagadish Hare Omkara Rupa Jai Sai Mahadev देवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलारती अंदुको मंगलारती अंदुको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति शांति शांति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय। परमं पवित्रं बाबा
परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं
परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदानं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदानं
बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि
बाबा विभूतिं
इदमाश्रयामि
Sacred, holy and supreme is Baba's vibhuti.
pouring forth in sacred stream the spray of vibhuti
So auspicious is its might, it grants liberation. Baba's vibhuti, its power protects me. Paramam pavitram, Baba vibhutim, Paramam vichitram, Leela vibhutim, Paramam pavitram, Baba vibhutim, Paramam vichitram, Leela vibhutim, Paramartha ishtata moksha pradanam, Paramartha ishtata moksha pradanam, Baba vibhutim, Nidamashrayami, Baba vibhutim, Nidamashrayami.
I would like to invite Mautika from Group 3 to read the quote for the week.
I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. The quote for the week is, before you speak, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? And does it improve the silence? Baba, Jai Sai Ram.
I would now like to invite Shrey to read the thought for the week.
Sisters, Jai Sai Ram. The thought of the week is spiritual exercise, sadhana, must go a long way to win the constant integrated awareness of being, sat, awareness, chit, and bliss, ananda. But you can begin with little things. You can avoid causing annoyance to others, can't you? Even if you are unable or unwilling to do service to others, at least if you desist from causing harm, that is meritorious service indeed. Sri Sathya Sai Baba, September 12, 1960, Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Shrey. I just wanted to say thank you, Giridhar Uncle, for sharing your personal stories, and it was a genuine privilege to hear you speak today with some key takeaways like always please Swami and the significance of Vedam. Thank you. Moving on to today's announcements. As we approach various events over the next 2 months, weekly practices will be taking place. If you would like to practice in the Centre Akhanda Bhajans, please do join the practice after this morning's program. We will also be having the Ladies' Day Bhajan practice today. Devotees of all singing abilities are welcome to join in and participate in these events. We are also blessed to have a growing number of devotees who lead the Vedam chanting. To support this, weekly Vedam practice has commenced after the morning's bhajan for all experienced chanters. Anyone wishing to participate in the above activities, please contact Sister Gauri. Now we will have a short video about the upcoming 100th birthday celebrations. As we approach the 100th birthday of our beloved Bhagavan, various dedicated teams are working behind the scenes to present a memorable and divine program of love and gratitude on Sunday, the 23rd of November 2025. This is to commemorate the significance of the centenary of Sai. The day will be filled with a series of enriching spiritual and server activities. The celebration will begin at 6 a.m. with a reflective morning session that will set the tone for the day. This will be followed by a vibrant session which is sure to be filled with joy and devotion. We will be having a special talk by Dr. Mahesh Narayan, who is an ENT surgeon and a long-standing devotee of Swami. He will be sharing his personal experiences with Swami that day. This day will then conclude with a serve activity, and we warmly invite you to share this celebration with your family and friends. Some other upcoming dates. We will be having a Khanda Bhajan hosted by Region 3 and at the centre. And we will also be having Ladies' Day on the 16th of November. This will include Vedam, Bhajans, and a panel discussion on the theme Shakti in Action. This brings us to the end of the morning's program. Please can we remain silent while the Bhavikas children and the teachers leave the main hall. We wish you all a holy and blessed week ahead and Diwali greetings for the week ahead. Jai Sai Ram.